Partitive proportion. So when we speak of partitive proportion, this is the process by which there is a quantity that is to be divided into two or more equal parts. So in our example, what is the greatest share if 4,200 is distributed in the ratio of 3 is to 5 or is to 7 is to 5? So basically in this kind of problem, we are actually looking for the number that would correspond to 7 because in the given ratio, 7 is the highest. But the thing is, this 3 is to 7 is to 5 is actually the lowest term already of the shared amount, which is having the total of 4,200. So the first thing that we have to take note is what is that number that we are going to multiply so that we will be getting the real number before proceeding to the lowest term. 3 is to 7 is to 5. What are we going to do here? It is very basic. We simply have here 3x. So this simply means that we have 3x plus 7x plus 5x. And if we are adding this, the answer that we are getting is actually 4,200. Now, adding 3x, 7x, and 5x, the answer that we have is, of course, equivalent to 15x. And that is now equated to 4,200. If we solve for 4,200 divided by 15, we divide this side by 15, and also the 4,200 will be divided by 15, and the value that we are getting for the x in this case is equivalent to 280. Okay, so this is actually now the number that was actually divided, and we arrive at the lowest term, which is 3 is to 7 is to 5. So that simply means that the original ratio is 3 times 280. So 3 times 280 is equivalent to 840. The other one is 7 times 280. So multiplying 7 times 280, we are actually getting 1,960. And the other one is multiplied by 5. So if you are going to multiply 5 times the 280, the result that we are getting is 1,400. So these are actually the numbers now with a total of 4,200. So if you are going to check, you can just simply add 480, 1,960, and the 1,400. And you will notice, if you are going to sum up these numbers, 0, then you will have 10. We have to regroup 1. That is now equivalent to 9, and 9 is 18, plus 4 is 22, so we have to regroup 2. 2 plus 1 is equal to 4,200. So this is now the number. So 8,400, 1,960, and 1,400. Now, they are just presented in the lowest term of fraction, which is 3 is to 7 is to 5. So for the question, what is the greatest share? Of course, the answer that we will be getting is 1,960. Okay, so the only thing that we do, we actually have a shortcut here. We could just add 3, 7, and 5, and that is 15. 15, we have to divide the 4,200 by 15, and that becomes now the 280, which is the common multiplier. So that is how we solve partitive proportion. Okay, other example of problems with this kind of idea of partitive proportion. Okay, let's have this. The interior angles in a triangle is in the ratio of 2:3:4. What is the measure of the smallest angle? Okay, so there is a missing question or missing question here, or the hidden question. What is the interior, or what is the sum of the interior angles in a triangle? Okay, we know that that is equivalent to 180. So how do we solve for that? Okay, again, we simply have your 2x, okay, added to 3x added to 4x. And that should give us a sum of 180. Where did we get the 180? This is the sum of the interior angles of a triangle. So adding 2, 3, and 4x, you will have 9x, which simply means that this is now equal to 9x equals to 180, and dividing both sides by 9, the answer that you will be getting is x is equal to 20 degrees. So we are asked to figure out the smallest angle. Therefore, in the ratio, you are given 2:3:4. The 2 is the smallest among the given. Therefore, we multiply this 20 degrees. Again, this is supposed to be in degrees. 2 times 20. This simply means that the answer to this question is simply 40 degrees. Okay, if you are asked to figure out all the interior angles, we just simply multiply them one by one. So 2 times 20, that will mean 40 degrees. The other one is 3 times 20. We have 60-degree angle, while the other one is 4 times 40. The answer is equivalent to 80. And if we want to double check, there should be a sum of 180. So adding 40 and 60, that is equal to 100. And then 80, that is equal now to 180. And that is the sum of the interior angles of a triangle. Okay. Another application of this is when you are given the difference of two numbers. So two numbers differ by 48. If these numbers form a ratio of 7:10, what are these numbers? So instead of a sum, the question is the difference, or your given is the difference. So again, the idea is the same. A while ago, we added because the sum is given. So therefore, in this problem, okay, we are going to subtract. So we have 10 or 7:10. We want to have a result which is positive. Therefore, we can just have 10x minus 7x is equal to, okay, we have the difference of 48. Okay, and subtracting 10x and 7x, the answer is equal to 3x. So that means that 3x is equal to 48. We divide both sides again by 3. So we divide this by 3. And so with the 48, so that your x or your 3 here is now canceled. And simply we have x is equal to 48 divided by 3. And that is giving us a 16. Okay, so this is actually the number that was multiplied to the ratio 7:10. So we multiply now 7 and 16. The answer, again, 7x is to 10x. So we have the value of x, which is 16. The answer that we will be getting there is 102, and multiplying now 16 and of course the number 10, the answer that we will be getting is 160. There must be a problem here. Kasi if I will be multiplying that, 16 times 7, okay, we are getting 2, 4. This is supposed to be 112. Okay, okay, that is supposed to be 112 is to 160. So let's check on that one. 112 and 160, will it give a difference of 48? Yes. So 160 minus 112. 160 minus 112 is equal to, let's have a regrouping there. So this will become 5. This becomes 10. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 5 minus 1 is 4. So we solve the problem. So the problem, what are these numbers? Of course, you have 112 and 160.